Yes, in between videos I did get a haircut. We're just gonna roll with it. Anyway, so yes, this is another Patreon request, and this one comes from my good friend Jason Voorhees 2011, who asked me to do a pretty fun video, if I do say so myself. Basically, the Patreon request is, with all of these announcements for 80s, basically a lot of 80s and like action films in general, like we're getting a Terminator anime, we're getting a John Wick anime. Basically, Jason's question was, what other movies, like what other like action or action horror movies should get anime adaptations? So, as always, if you guys would like to have a Patreon request done, just hit the link below, head on over to my Patreon, where you guys can start sending me requests or videos to do here on YouTube. But other than that, hope you all enjoyed this, and let's get started with the video. So, yeah. So obviously with John Wick and Terminator obviously getting anime, not adaptations, but anime series, that leaves a lot to, like, what other, like, action movies or horror movies could work as, or action, well, we're going to talk about some movie, we're going to talk about a lot more action than horror movies, and what could work as an anime. So starting off, RoboCop. RoboCop really lends itself to being a anime. I really do believe a RoboCop anime should happen. After how well Rogue City did, and RoboCop is always a character that, like, whenever he shows up, people get excited. Even when he was in Mortal Kombat, when there was Jack All, people were like, oh yeah, RoboCop! So I totally think, and RoboCop really lends itself to anime, not just with the action and uber violence, but also like the cyberpunk feel and the satire. I feel like the right anime crew could do something cool with a RoboCop anime. I totally would love to see the world of RoboCop, especially the world of RoboCop told by Frank Miller, in the form of anime. Could you just imagine that real quick? Could you just imagine, like, Frank Miller's original takes for RoboCop converted into an anime script, and how batshit fucking crazy they'd be? If you thought his RoboCop 2 was nuts, wait till you see his unused scripts for other stuff. Anyway, so right out the gate, RoboCop would be a perfect one. Next up, we would have Rambo. A Rambo anime would be really cool, and just like we could get Peter Weller for RoboCop, we could probably get now Sylvester Stallone to voice Rambo in an anime. Obviously, he's retired from acting as Rambo, but voicing Rambo, we clearly see that he still wants to do it even after Mortal Kombat. So a Rambo anime would be really cool. Like how I would pitch a Rambo anime would probably be a anime set during his time in Vietnam, like all the wet works, like a Rambo Origins movie, like a Rambo Origins series where it follows him being trained by Troutman, Rambo going into Vietnam and taking out VCs as well as Russians that were training them. It would be a cool, bloody anime. Like, imagine, like, Punisher Born from Garth Ennis, but, like, with Rambo instead. And just imagine the uber violence from the other Rambo films maxed out with an anime feel. Just, like, think on that. So that's what I would love to do, like a Rambo Origins story set in Nam, with a younger Rambo with Sylvester Stallone voicing him, done in the form of anime. That would tell me you wouldn't want that. Tell me you wouldn't want that on your docket. Next up on this list for a movie I would love to see, Commando. Commando would be really cool, and again, I think you could get Arnold Schwarzenegger. We don't know if his Terminator will be his T-800 model will be featured in the Terminator anime. I kind of want the Terminator anime to not really focus on Schwarzenegger's, honestly. I don't want to focus on John Connor and Schwarzenegger. I think, like, Terminator, we've gotten to the point with Terminator that we should do other stuff with it than, you know, focus on the same damn thing every movie. So that's what I'm hoping for. But honestly, like, maybe have, like, Commando would be cool. Like, again, same thing with the Rambo anime, where I would want Commando to focus on John Matrix during his time doing Black Ops missions, and just make it fun and cheesy and just a gore fest. Just all around. That's what I would love to see. So obviously, if we're going to talk about other 80s stuff that could get adaptation that should get anime adaptations. Back to the Future would be kind of fun. Not as like an action show, but like but more of like a fun anime series. Like, could you just imagine like what you could do with the animation with Doc Brown and Marty? And plus, you could actually have Marty. You could have Marty and Doc voice the characters again. It would be. I think it would be a fun romp through time. Have a lot of fun there, and animation allows you to do stuff that you couldn't do in live action. And yeah, maybe this could be our unofficial like Back to the Future 4. Just saying. Next up, I would say, obviously this is going to be not instead of action movies, it's just going to be like movies in general that could work as anime. Alien and Predator. I would love to see Alien and Predator. I know, like, you're probably wondering, why didn't he say Alien and Predator right out the gate? The reason why I didn't is because Netflix does have an Alien vs. Predator anime film that they have shelved because Disney was being a dick. So I doubt we'll ever get a Alien and Predator anime, because if we do, it'll probably be on like Hulu. And I'm not ruling out that we will never get it. I'm just saying, like, from Netflix or some other company, no, Disney's not going to allow that. And I don't think, like, because I think they'll be so short-sighted that they're not going to do that. They are not going to do a Alien or Predator, or let alone an Alien. They've clearly shown that we're never going to get an Alien versus Predator anime. So why would they give us an Alien or Predator anime, even though that makes the most perfect sense out of all of these? I will say, though, that Universal should probably look at their catalog and give us animes of the Universal monsters. Just saying. We've gotten anime adaptations of Frankenstein and Dracula and even The Invisible Man. So, wouldn't it be cool if Universal collabed with an anime studio and gave us an anime series based off the old Universal monsters? Like, could you imagine a Creature from the Black Lagoon anime? That'd be awesome. As for others, oh god, Universal should totally do a Tremors anime. I would absolutely love a Tremors anime. That would be perfect. And plus, we could get Burt Gummer back. Who doesn't want Burt Gummer back, right? As for others, I would say leaning into horror. I'm surprised we haven't gotten a Grudge and or Ring anime. You'd think with how popular that movie franchise are, you'd think we'd get an anime series. You'd think we'd get an anime series or movie from that franchise at some point, right? But yeah, I digress. I would like to see that. Yeah. So those are just a few right there. Those are the ones that really come to mind. Excuse me. Oh, one more. I got one more that should get an anime. The Raid. I would love to see The Raid. I love The Raid Redemption. Raid 2 is alright, but The Raid, I would love to see The Raid Redemption get an anime series. That would be absolutely awesome. But you guys tell me you guys tell me in the comments below, what movies would you like to see get anime adaptations or anime series spin-off of them? Just comment below, let me know. Once again, I'd like to thank my good friend Jason for sending me this Patreon request and continued patronage. Very curious to see what you guys have to say about this one. Other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in Multiverse.